I'm Jules Graham, and this is Furious Fiction, and with me is Mark Mustian, and our first author is all the way from Sweden.
She is. Karin Tidbeck. She's the author of Jagannath, which is a set of short stories, and she's the author of other works as well. Karin, welcome. Glad you could be with us. Just wanted to ask you, I would describe these stories as deliciously strange. I'm curious, I think that you wrote these over a period of time. Is that right? Does this represent kind of several years worth of different stories?
Yeah, it's kind of a great hits. I wrote them over the course of 10 years, so between 2002 and 2012.
And which were the earliest ones are they chronologically in the book, or just kind of mixed up there?
No, they're not ordered chronologically, and I think the oldest one there is who is Arvid Pekon.
Okay.
And
yes.
Rebecca. Those two were written at about the same time.
And did you find in the course of, from those stories that were earliest to the later ones, did your taste change, writing change, interest change? Just kind of curious of the differences there.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyone would change enormously over the course of 10 years.
Right.
From 20 to 35. So I'm probably very much a different person compared to who I was then. But it's really difficult to say exactly how much or in what manner I've changed.
Well, Karin, it's interesting because the way you write, especially the first story I read was Britta's Holiday Village, and I felt like you had me, if I was a dog on a chain, I felt we were walking along quite nicely together, and then suddenly you just like jerk on my chain and you pull me up with something that is so unsettling. And I love that because it always surprised me. And I was wondering, it says you wrote in here some things you just can't make up. Is it true that your great-grandfather made an organ out of an old sofa?
That is actually true, yes. What I actually didn't put in there was that he had 5 fingers in total.
Wow.
One hand?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5. Yeah. He sawed off 3 and shot off 2, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully not intentionally.
Quite a handyman.
Well, Karin, one of the things that you indicate in the kind of the foreword to this book is that part of this kind of this darkness might come from the fact that in Sweden a lot of the times you're in sort of a twilight. And talk to us about that a little bit.
The twilight, yes.
Yes.
Well, it's the natural way we exist here. The winters are long and they're very dark, and the summers are long as well and they're very bright. And it kind of screws around with your sense of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the dawn or dusk can take hours, and it can go on for hours and hours and hours.
And when you say that you live on the edge of the fairyland, I mean, the fairies are all around you, are you just meaning that it's sort of a ethereal, spooky kind of feeling in the woods around where you live?
Well, where I grew up was fairly close to, it was closest to the biggest forest in the area, and I also traveled with my parents to fairly distant places. But I think, so there's that, but there's also the fact that I was spoon-fed fairy tales from a very young age, so that probably plays into it. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for.
Which part of Sweden are you from? Whereabouts are you near the Arctic Circle or in the southern Sweden?
No. As far as Swedes go, I'm from Stockholm, which is very far south compared to the rest of the country. But my family, or some of my family, are from the north, and we have a lot of stories coming from there. The great grandfather who made the church organ is from the north.
Okay, good. Well, thanks so much for being with us. It's Karin Tidbeck. She's the author of Jagannath. If you want to read something that's a little different and a little kind of grab you, as Jules said,
wonderful read.
Take a look at this.
Join us next time for Furious Fiction.